A warm welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button. What makes the best detail spray? Quick Detailer. So what I want to try and cover in this video, I've got to try and decide which one of these two products is better. So how do you go about doing that? Well, you put it through a series of tests and you kind of like look at performance, really, don't you? That's one way of doing it. You use them as well, obviously. But really, you have to sort of understand what the product is, because I think a quick detailer should be slightly different to a spray sealant. And I think in the last 4 or 5 years, especially with the emergence of ceramic quick detailers, they've sort of got a bit closer to each other, and some of the ceramic detailers can also almost perform like spray sealants, and you could say that's all you need to protect your car. Just use them every wash if you want to, whatever, you keep all the zing going. But I think for me, a quick detailer needs to be more forgiving than a spray sealant. So it needs to be less prep sensitive, less permanent protection, very easy to use. You know, the thing you can't have is a product that's over concentrated and needs kind of spreading carefully, maybe thinning down a bit more or something like that. Something that could be streaky if you put it onto a warmer panel. All those things I think some spray sealants can do, but a quick detailer you don't want it to do. You want it to be very forgiving. I think as well now with a modern quick detailer, it needs to be slick. Now here's the thing that's interesting about the protection elements of quick detailers. I've used this one here. I haven't poked water at it, but I've had it on the car and it goes on lovely and it's really slick, like really silky slick. But I haven't tested the beading or hydrophobicity, but apparently it doesn't do that too well. It's not really supposed to interfere with the protection that's underneath, so it's ideal. Or really, if you've got a coating under the car, you put it on top and it doesn't interfere as much with the coating. And I don't know if this one is the opposite. It beads a bit more. It might have a bit more active ingredient in it. It might lean towards being a bit more protective. And yeah, I don't know. So let's crack on. That panel's clean, but I'm just going to prep it. Yeah, I'm going to prep it very quickly. And I've got this DIY polish out, which is going to be ideal for prepping, isn't it? The pad is still slightly damp from where I've washed it. It's my forced rotation DA, so we're just going to put some polish onto this pad, which seems to be a bit of a thing. Seems to be a bit of a thing. So this is, yeah. Oh Jesus. So that's at the point where it's quite tough. So hopefully I'll get a good misting. And I'll do what some of you say, spin it up, and I'll put a little bit more on, because this isn't a review, I need to load up the pad. So there we go. Look, I've put it over the side of my garage. I'll do that now, actually. I don't want that to dry on my wood. So let's just rinse that off. It needs a bit more. There we go. That's the advantage of this nice water-soluble thing. It does break down with water, so it's kind of quite nice. If you get it on the floor or anything, you can just get some water on it. And over there. Right, so let's just polish this panel back. So we've got 2 prepped sides, so we've got a good base for the these QDs. And we'll just dab out. Right, we'll do here first. Tell you what, 3 or 4 squirts or whatever I did there is better. It's just better. Bit more polish, it works fine, this stuff. It works fine anyway. 1 squirt isn't enough, that's for sure. For me, it's a nice polish. So we'll just get most of that polish residue off, and then we'll panel wipe. This is a Rupes Light, which will be fine. Blast it and panel wipe. Just let that sit there. While that's wet, that's going to be just breaking down the polish residuals. We'll get a clean towel. Go through towels like nothing. I really do. We'll just wipe this, buff this out. Bit of a tape line there, it's okay. I'll use that as the boundary. And we'll flip. That smells lovely, that Rupes stuff. Lemon. Okay, that's good enough for what we're doing. I've got 2 clean towels there that I'll use with these detail sprays. I'll just use this. I've got a nice thin blue one, which is ideal. You try and use up this green stuff. And, we'll put that on just so we've got a marker. Hold on a second. Okay, that's good. So we've got a bare prepped panel there. So we should call this, I think I should just put some letters on this, just so we know where we're at with it. We'll call one product A and one product B. This one is like grape, and this one's like strawberry milkshake. So that looks a little bit more, oh, you can't see. That one looks a little bit more like cloudy, milky, SiO2-y. That's a bit more translucent, that one. Both got a bit of surfactant in them. Yeah, the smells are really good, but we're not too interested in that in this video. But yeah, you want to get a good smell. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do I'll do 1 squirt across the panel, and we'll do 1 squirt in the microfiber towel for both. We'll spread, we'll flip, and we'll buff. Okay, let's just make sure yeah, so we'll just go down the panel. Good, we've got misting, we'll go onto the towel. Good, we've got a misting. Pump triggers, those sprays are good. We'll spread. Jesus, it's got a lovely smell. This detailer is very, very good, this grape one. It's instantly slick. It's instantly slick, that is. Right, let's take this one. Panel's got a nice bit of shine on it, although probably both you won't be able to tell. But, right. Okay, one down here. Don't overspray onto the other panel. There we go, got a good trail of it. Get the other towel. 1 mist on that. There we go. Work that in, flip and buff. So much more milky. Much wetter. This reminds me of sort of more like what I'm used to using. You can see the film there, so now we need to buff that. Smells amazing as well, that is really nice. And it is slick. It buffs good. That's slick as well. That's just, they're both slick. Jeez. Yeah, but that's a better product to apply. You get less of that sort of trail where you can see it's harder on the blue paint. On black, I probably notice the difference, but you can see the product with the pink one. It's fine, it's just a film of liquid. You flip, you buff, it feels slick. But that one there has the wow factor for me. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave these panels, I'm going to leave these on here for about 4 hours. These are not spray sealants, but you could argue you should leave them overnight, but I'm not going to. I want to just get this done. And I'm not really interested so much in how long they last or chemical resistance kind of testing, but I will leave that panel out there and give it a few washes like I do, a little bucket and some shampoo. We'll just see. I'll make a note of which one you can see working for longer, because that might be desirable. So we'll cut off the video there and come back in 4 hours time. Probably be dark. Doug. Okay, so we're back a bit later on. Let's see how these things are doing. So let's get some water on them. Hose. It's a bit more repellent on that right side. Let's just go to a slower stream. Pretty beady, that one. Yes, that's definitely less repellent, but it's still pretty good. Because we put them on top of polish, even though we've degreased, we get a better hydrophobic effect than just using them on like a flat panel that you wash. So that polishing gives you a bit of added zing. That's pretty decent. Just have a look at the pump them up. Well, let's have a look. Yeah, that bead's slightly better than that side. Not much in it. Oh, Jesus. Not much in it, though. I tell you, there's not that much in it, is there? But there's a little bit. But for me, let's just dry this panel off. Make sure they're, you know, getting that breakdown. Yeah. So, for me, you know, most detail sprays, you spray them out, you spread them, you wipe, you'll get a hydrophobic effect. But for me, product A had the je ne sais quoi. Just the difference. It's just that difference in clarity that when you put it down. I could put it. This car's a bit dirty, but I could get away with this. It doesn't matter. Just miss some onto the panel. It's not the best cloth to demo it with, is it? Let's just wipe it over. Just make a film of it. Get a dry cloth. Here, just dry it. Yeah, it's really nice. It's that purple product is so nice. That paintwork now just feels lovely. That's just a really good detail of that is, and my favourite of the two is that one. Let's just take these cloths. I know this is a bit bodged, but let's just put this down on this side a bit more. Take a wet cloth. I know there's some of the product there, but we use quite a lot there. You just see that murkiness to this one. Get a clean dry side over here. Oh, go with the other side. Other side, Norberg. Right, there we go, that side. Just see that film is a little bit more. Well, it still comes off nice. So there's nothing wrong with this one. You could really probably go with either, but I can just see that trail a bit more with this one. With the other one, see, like if you do miss it, They're both very smooth. Lovely slickness to them actually. Good detail sprays, both of these. You could really just use either, but yeah, I think my favourite is is A, for that translucent kind of thing. You don't get that haze that you get with this one, but that haze might be some SiO2 polymer or something, some other thicker concentration of silicon that's doing something. But with detail spray, no, you don't need it. And the hydrophobic differences is quite minimal. That does edge it a little bit on hydrophobicity, but it wouldn't matter. That feels so good. Feels really good, that does. It's impressive. Yeah, that one feels pretty good and all. Yeah, the bonnet doesn't feel as good without them. It's this one. Look at it. That's what you're looking for, aren't you? Just looking. I mean, yeah. If I wiped this clean with water, it will still look pretty glossy. But you can see that on the camera. It's looking nice. But it's the ease, really. It's all about the ease, isn't it? Spray wipe done, and then nice slick paint with a little bit of protection on it. Nothing that's gonna be durable or long lasting, probably. But I haven't tested that. I'll leave that out there. But for me, product A is the better of the two. What are you looking for in a quick detailer? Yeah, interesting thing. For me, I always just think you should be able to hurl them on. We haven't used them when the car's wet, you know, because you spray them onto water and then dry the panel off. You could probably do that. Could test that next time I wash the car. But you don't want to be fighting it. I think I touched on that in the first thing. You don't want to be fighting it, so it needs a lot of buffing to get you there. You just really want to be able to spray, spread, wipe, done. And if you do miss a bit, say you spread a bit with the wet cloth or the product soaked cloth that you're spreading the product with, and then you go back over it the dry bit and you just miss a bit, you want to know that that's just going to melt into the panel so that it's not going to like half disappear but leave like a footprint that you can see in certain lights. You just want it to disappear. So there we go. That's what I'm looking for, and it's product A is the winner. Thanks for watching. Whose are these? These are products for Wax is Dead. So yeah, I'll be speaking to the guys, just telling them which one's my personal favourite. I don't know when they're going to be available, but it will be probably sometime within the next 3 to 6 months, I'd imagine. Maybe even before Christmas. I don't know. I'll let you know.